From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Cascade Paint & Supply is Redding's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Whew. Well, we made it through Sunday. I made it through Sunday. There were a few things I had to do outside. And even just being outside in the sun, doing very light amounts of work, it does not take long to get overheated. So you got to make sure you stay hydrated out there. My dog kept going in the pool. So you got to make sure even the dogs know what to do, right? So take a look at the temperatures we did see yesterday. And we actually tied two records. One was in Redding at the airport of 112. Same temperature set in 2012. That was the record. So that was the high we saw yesterday. And then, of course, 106 degrees in Weaverville. That tied the record as well, set in 2002. But this one over here in Chester actually broke the record by 2 degrees. The old record was 95, set in 2002. So definitely a hot day yesterday. Definitely a hot day today, and really through most of the week. So there's a few things we're watching this week. Essentially the heat, of course, that's what we've been experiencing. We'll continue to experience through most of this week. But we've also got thunderstorms. You may recall last week, talking about the potential of thunderstorms over the weekend, but overall, we just didn't see much activity for the mountains or anybody in Northern California in general throughout the weekend. But that's going to change today, tomorrow, and even this week, because what we've got here are scattered mountain showers and thunderstorms here all week long. Now we're talking about the potential for some activity in the valley today and possibly even tomorrow, and the heat should be cooling down by the end of the week and especially this weekend. Now your hour-by-hour forecast, yeah, another hot day, but probably not as hot as it was yesterday. So instead of the 112 that Redding saw yesterday, how about 105? And a high of 103 for Red Bluff, 100 in Chico. Now, you notice we got the raindrops coming from there. As we look at Futurecast, you'll see what I'm talking about, because the potential is there. It's going to take through the day, later today, before it actually gets here, but it will eventually. The mountains, yeah, you've got a chance for showers and thunderstorms in there as well. Temperatures, mid to upper 90s, pretty much anywhere you go in the mountains. There are a few spots that will touch that 100-degree mark today. Now here's the fire potential for Monday. There it is, the red indicating the lightning. That's today. All right, so we need to be aware of the fact that we could be looking at some dry lightning with some of those thunderstorms that do pass through today. For Tuesday, you'll notice we've got this little area here of red in the lightning, but we're going to be looking at lightning in all these areas as well. So quite honestly, today is really going to be the biggest concern, and then tomorrow, as we go through the week, we won't be looking at a widespread amount of showers and thunderstorms. So here's your severe outlook. The areas in green are basically saying that there's a chance for showers and thunderstorms, and that's essentially what we're looking at here for today. We're taking it Tuesday, all of Northern California within that area of green. So we've got that chance. But I think as we go into Tuesday, it won't be quite as bad. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and take a look at Futurecast. So as we take you through the day today, by about early afternoon hours, we start to see some activity to the south. So places like Quincy, Chester, even Red Bluff and Chico could be looking at some activity here in the mid-afternoon hours. Now, the reason it's starting from south and working its way north is because the activity is rotating around an area of low pressure that's to our south. And that's the contributing factor to at least the flow of these showers and thunderstorms. So as they move in this direction, what will happen is the main low will kind of push a little bit more to the north, and that will allow more people to the north to see more showers and thunderstorms. 5 o'clock today. Now we're seeing more thunderstorms, especially in Plumas, Lassen counties. But notice Siskiyou and Modoc County not seeing much at this point, but we are seeing some activity off to the west. Now, by 7 p.m. this evening, now we're starting to see it in Modoc and Siskiyou counties, and for pretty much everyone seeing it here, because now we've got it in Trinity County, we've got it in Del Norte and Humboldt counties. Everyone at this point has a shot for showers and thunderstorms, so it's this evening. Then we go into 10 o'clock tonight, and there you can still see some activity, but notice to the south and east it's quieting down, because that is where we're going to wrap things up as we go into the overnight hours tonight. So we take you into Tuesday, a bit of a carbon copy. Look what's happening. By 3 p.m., you see how the activity is mainly to the south. Places like Plumas County, Lassen County, and southern portions of Humboldt County. Now what we'll notice here is most of it will be in the mountains. It's going to have a harder time making its way into the valley for Tuesday at 5 o'clock. We're seeing a little bit of activity trying to develop in the valley, but now it's working its way northward at this point. Modoc, Siskiyou County, places in Trinity County, and not to mention the inland areas of Del Norte and Humboldt counties. By 8 o'clock tomorrow night, you see how we're seeing maybe a few lingering showers for the valley, but most of the activity now is off to the north and to the west. And then by 11 o'clock Tuesday, it's beginning to wrap itself up. You see how it's not as widespread. We're not seeing as much activity and should clear out in the early morning hours on Wednesday. All right, so let's take you through next week, or through this week, that is. So this is what we're talking about off and on chances for showers and thunderstorms for the mountains. Because Wednesday, Thursday, not as much, but then as we go into Friday, we could see some showers and thunderstorms in the mountains. We take you into Saturday, same situation, and we take you into Sunday, looks like to be a little bit more widespread. But bottom line, we're kind of in that time of the year where as long as the moisture is in place, we have what we call convective type of thunderstorms, and that's the daytime heating of the day. That heat from the ground then rises back up into the upper levels of the atmosphere, and that's when we start to see those what we call convective showers and thunderstorms developing. And again, if we've got the moisture to work with, that's when we really see the best chances for thunderstorms. All right, let's talk about the heat now, because basically all of this is saying it's going to be hot. And we've got the excessive heat warnings, and we've got the heat advisories through Wednesday or Thursday, depending on where you are. So let's take a look at that overall trend, and what you'll see here for Redding at least, you've got temperatures kind of going up then back down again. So we're actually going to see a slight increase going over the next few days, peaking on Wednesday and then a drop. Thursday still fairly hot, but then Friday will be the transition day, and we're in the low 90s as we go into this upcoming weekend, and not to mention into early next week. Now, this is looking at Redding. Keep in mind, this is the overall trend temperature-wise too for the higher elevations. Not the temperatures, but the trend itself. We're going to be fairly hot this week, but it will start to cool down going into the weekend. So this is what it looks like today. Yeah, I mean, look at all the lightning strikes. Look at all the showers that we have in the forecast. Keep in mind, a lot of the activity you see here is mainly going to be in the late afternoon and early evening in the evening hours, even off into Modoc and Siskiyou County. But earlier this afternoon, we start to see some of the showers down here working their way to places like Red Bluff and Chico. Now, as we take you into the next 7 days, again, it looks like a mess, right? Because you got a slight chance, possibility for thunderstorms. It's a lot to take in. This is one of those weeks that if you especially live in the mountains, you need to, what I like to call, be weather aware. And that essentially means is each and every single day, if you have to be outside in the mountains, keep a close eye on the forecast, keep checking in with the latest information coming in so you have a better idea how to plan your day each day. Here's your 7-day outlook for the valley. So we've got the chance for thunderstorms, better chances today than tomorrow, but we could see some showers late in the day on Tuesday, and then it dries out. Then our focus our attention will be to the heat, right? Now we focus on that heat. And there you can see temperatures peaking on Wednesday. They start to drop, but we're still over 100 degrees on Thursday for most of us. And then we drop, and then we're in the low to mid 90s by Saturday and Sunday.